Ladies and gentlemen, man, what's up? It's your boy Dinari here. Before we get started with another episode of the Youngbouls Podcast, I just want to let you guys know on Saturday, April 12th, the one place that you need to be at is at the Cecil B. Moore Skate Park to experience the first ever, at least since I've been here, skate park takeover featuring, yours truly, Youngbouls Podcast, Leah Course Talk, Kids Next Door, Moomba, and everyone else is collabing on this. It's going to be a really fun event. Obviously, I've been promoting a live episode since, I believe, January. And turns out that everybody else, Leah Course Talk and all of them are planning on doing something similar to what I was doing. So we just decided to join forces and put on this whole little shindig for you guys to come check out. It's going to be a lot of performances. It's going to be a lot of fun, giveaways, food, vendors. I said performances already. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of that. And we're going to be there too. So make sure you guys come check us out. If you're doing something, if you're busy, that's totally fine. Stop by. The best part about it being at the skate park is you can literally walk past the event to get to where you're going. If you have to go to the library, you could chill at the skate park for 5 minutes, see what's going on, and then go to the library. And if you're hungry and you don't want any of the food that's there, you could easily go get your food and come back and check it out. You know what I'm saying? So there's literally no reason for you not to be here because a lot of people are going to be there, and I feel like you should slide. And I'm not just saying that because it's something that me and everyone who's been a part of this has been working on, but seriously, though, 4 o'clock on a Saturday, what else would you be doing? So make sure you come to the event, come have fun, come meet people, have a time, have a ball, and one of the last couple of times that, people gonna really see each other until, finals and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. Make sure you guys come out April 12th from 4 to 7 to have a day. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. And more importantly, I'm just looking forward to just all the memories and stuff that's going to happen from the event because it's going to be a lot of fun. So, April 12th, 4 to 7, catch you guys there. Enjoy the episode and peace.
Showtime.
Bro, Chris Paul has better handles than AI.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Brand new episode here, the Youngbouls Podcast, man. We have another interview today, man. First off, happy Monday. But we have another interview today. It's my good friend, man, another guy that was in one of my classes that I found out, wants to get on the podcast and stuff like that. And I found out I was a wrestler. My man, Nigel, Nigel, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here. Pleasure
to have you, man. It's not every day you get a wrestler on a podcast, so I think it's dope. But we're going to get right into it, man. So, Nigel, obviously, you wrestle. Can you just, talk to us, give us, the background, how you got started with that? Because I just got, so many questions about that in general.
Mm-hmm. All right, so, obviously, like most boys, I was a fan of it growing up when I was a kid. And, I grew up in, Baltimore County. And at the time, there was just no, schools around me. And it's of course, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I want to be a wrestler.
Right.
That want never really went away, but I never had, a avenue to go about it. So, fast forward years later, I was still never really grew out of it. So, I was just still watching it. I came to Temple and I realized, oh, shit, I'm in Philly. I got a lot of free time.
Right.
I wonder if there's a school. So I found a school and I got to training. Within I want to say 6 to 8 months, I had my first match. And 10 months, I was on my first show. And the rest is we here now. So
that's dope, man. That's dope. So, you talked to us about how you got your start and everything like that. Talk to us about your wrestling character in general.
Okay.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works in wrestling. I mean, I'm not as much as I know about wrestling, WWE and stuff like that. But talk to us a little bit about your character, man. The story behind your character and your wrestler and stuff like that.
Okay. So my character is Nigel Carter. My name is Nigel. Obviously, that's where the Nigel comes from. And I kind of want to say he's me amped up to 100, me times 10. I feel normally I'm kind of calm. I'm kind of just going about my day. I usually have my AirPods in. I'm just listening to music.
Right.
But like the creative side of me, I get to really express myself when I get out there. So it's like I love fashion. I incorporate that into it. Try to be like I call myself the flyest wrestler alive, and I genuinely believe that. Like I'm not, but it's like however I could just show my style and stand out. That's kind of what my character will do, whether it's in a nice way or not some nice way. And then that's how we handle it.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Hmm.
So next question, man. It's just like obviously, like we're in the same class and we meet, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So, you know, my next question really is just like, how in the world do you balance doing wrestling and going on shows, and then balancing that with like still being a college student, if that makes
Hmm.
sense? Because
Hmm.
I know, like especially like the type of depending on the matches that you're in, like that could be a lot of wear and tear on the body and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then to get
Yeah.
up and then come to class the next day, like
Hmm.
you're better than most people. Because if I was in your shoes, I don't even know if I'll be able to get up for class the next day, man. I'll be sleeping in.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not for real, but yeah. But honestly, I'll say like when I like this is not wrestling is not even something that you can really like half-ass. Like you have to really commit. Like it's like all the work you're putting on your body. You have
Right.
to still work out. You still have to build your body up. Have to know what's going on around you so you can get places. As soon as I realized like the commitment, I was like, oh, the first thing I need to figure out what to do is balance it. So like I think I want to say since sophomore year, I'm a junior now. I've only had classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I try to sign up that way. Most I'm on as an independent wrestler. Most shows happen on like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Those will be I typically wrestle the most on Saturday nights,
Right.
but but giving myself that Sunday and that Monday to recover, that's been like the biggest help. And it's like the fact that I only go to class on 2 days a week, like even if I'm not doing my homework on those days, maybe I do all the work that Wednesday. And then
Yeah.
I'll have the rest of the week to go to the gym to rest my body, heal from any injuries, all of that. So it's all about like finding how you will balance, and like that's how I personally do it. That's what's worked for me.
And I like how you talked about like balance and stuff because, when it comes to not just with that wrestling, but just with anything, you got to have like a good work-life balance. You can't just
Hmm.
be 90% into the books and then 10% into anything else. So the fact
Hmm.
that you're able to still keep up with like your studies and everything like that, as well as, being an independent wrestler and doing stuff and going on, trips and going on shows and stuff like that, like that's mad impressive. Like that's huge props to you for that,
I
for real.
appreciate that. I
'Cause,
appreciate that.
no, for sure, for sure.
Hmm.
So, obviously you talked about like, the wrestling. What's been like the most like rewarding part of being Nigel Carter in the ring? What's been the most rewarding part about your experience so far, man?
Honestly, like I look at me personally, I look at wrestling as like an art form. So it's like
Mhm.
when I'm coming up with my move set, when I'm coming up with like what I'm about to go do out there, and it
Right.
pays off, like it's like almost instant like gratification, like instant. You just see it, and it's like you hear the crowd doing something, and it's like you were backstage thinking, oh yeah, if I do this, they're gonna react like this. And
Right.
when they actually react like that, you're like, oh wow, that's like it's just great validation. Like I don't. That's probably the most rewarding part. But other than that, I would say like getting better over time, because it's like every time I go out there and have a match, I'm trying to outdo my last match. Even if it's like my last match, they give me 12 minutes, and this match they give me six. I'm thinking,
Sure.
how can I make this 6 minute match just as good, if not better than that 12 minute match? How can I keep people wanting to see me?
For sure.
And getting better at that, like over time, it's just really rewarding. And when the vets in the back, like people that have been doing this like 15, 20 years, and like the bookers, the people that put you on the shows say they see your improvement, that's just like it's
That's
really,
why. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, okay, I'm not doing this for nothing. All
Right.
this body aching and
It's
all of
worth
that
it.
is
It's
is paying
worthwhile.
off.
It's worthwhile for
Hmm.
sure. Especially
Hmm.
considering like you said, like just like you said earlier about, the idea of like you gotta be like fully committed. So to be able to have
Hmm.
that growth and have that, like you're leveling up every single time you step in the ring and stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
I bet
Hmm.
that's huge for you, man. And especially for your career and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So my next question is basically when it comes to this wrestling thing, when it comes to this, like looking down the line, like where do you see yourself taking this? Are you trying to like, you know, one day get to WWE? Are you trying to like what's the plan? What's the
Obviously, like it would be great to get to the WWE, but
Mhm.
I'm really young, and that's like the way I see it is like when you're on TV, people get tired of things. So it's like the younger you go, in my opinion, the younger you go, like obviously if the opportunity comes, you don't decline because it's like
for sure?
full time contract to do what you love, you're not gonna decline.
Right.
But right now it's like I really wanna level up my game to the point where if that ever does come, I'm ready for it. I'm not like, oh, I don't want it to be sink or swim. I want to be ready to just swim, take anything they give me, go. I'll go, and I don't even want to just limit it to WWE. I want to travel the world with this. I want to go so many places, just explore. There's like so many different styles of wrestling that I like to go and experience. Like if I get to go to Japan and wrestle a Japanese
Yeah.
style, like that would be love. If I get to go to Mexico, wrestle some lucha
Luchador.
libres. Yep,
Luchador,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
That's
Like
what's up.
honestly, I don't really have like a specific goal other than get better and make people want to see me. Because the more people want to see you, the more a booker might hit you up and be like, "Yeah, you're gonna bring in people because they want to see you. We want you here." So I'm trying to. That's the level I'm trying to get to right now.
That's what's up. So, like obviously like we talked about like some of the aspects like what you do. But like give me like a day, like let's say like it's a day that you're scheduled for a match. Give
Hmm.
me like from like start to finish, like what a day would look like for you, you know,
Okay.
when it
Okay.
comes time for like a match.
Okay. So okay, I'll paint the whole picture for you. Okay. I'll tell you what I did Saturday actually, because I had a match on Saturday.
Got you, got you.
Okay, so Saturday I had a match. I want to say the show started at 6. I got there. It was in Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I woke up like 9, 10. Woke up. Obviously, do your wake up routine. And then I went to the gym. You want to make sure you look good for the cameras, of course. So
Right,
had
right.
to had to get a pump, and then the rest of that it was a 1 hour 40 minute car ride. I got there at 3. So at 3, uh, I mean, and then not even every wrestler has to do this. This is my personal one. I like to get there early, so if there's people there, I can film content. So it's like when I got there, the first thing I did, found somebody. I was like, okay, I like to do like the NBA walk-ins because
Oh,
like I
like the
think it
tunnel
goes,
walk, like the tunnel
yeah,
walk.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like a tunnel walk
got you.
because I think it goes with my character being that my whole thing is I'm fly.
Right.
So I
Flies
was like,
alive for sure.
so I was like, I'll get that recorded, and then maybe then I'll find somebody with bands, and I start my stretching. Then I go find I had a tag match, so then after that I went to find my partner. We talked about the match, things we wanted to do, what we were looking to do in the match. Then you also have to go say hi to everybody in the locker room, make sure everyone's doing okay. Say hi to the people introduce yourself to new people. Say hi to the people that you already knew. Um, all of that. Then you talk to the booker, the promoter, all of that. I don't even have merch right now, but if I had merch, I would be taking my boxes to the merch stand, setting that up, so when it's intermission time, I can sell some merch.
That's what's
Like
up.
there's a lot that goes into it before that, and then I want to say, so if the show it starts at 6, then the doors will probably open at 5, and by 5, everyone has to be backstage because
Mhm.
you don't want to show the wrestlers to the fans prematurely, of course.
Right.
So by at 5, then you walking around, getting ready, hitting jumping jacks, getting ready, getting pumped. I like to put in my music because it's like that's what's gonna give me hype enough. Turn
Right.
on the character, amp
Right.
me up. I'll say that, and then after the show, probably you get your check, go put the gas in your car, and then depending on who's there, you might hit up a Waffle House. Wrestlers love Waffle House. That's like a common thing. I went to Waffle House on Saturday. But yeah, that's probably what an average show day looks like for me.
I'm not gonna lie, like even you just talking about like what the show looks like, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot that
it's
goes into
busy.
it that I didn't know
Mhm.
about. Because
Mhm.
it's like looking at WWE and stuff. All I know is that like the wrestlers got to get there at a set time,
Yep.
get preps and everything like that. But for something independent like this, like that's a lot that goes into it for
Yeah,
sure.
and you gotta even think like the independent show. That's not even a TV show, so that's like even less than what the guys on TV will probably have to do.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Because
for
they gotta go talk to
Mhm.
the cameramen and make sure the cameramen know what's about to happen so they can catch the right. Like all of that goes into that. I got less of that to deal with. So.
gosh, yeah,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
that's a lot to it. So with the whole independent like wrestling company, like do you guys broadcast it like on YouTube or something, or is it like you have to be there to like see it, if that makes sense?
Different companies do different things.
Gotcha.
This company that I was with on Saturday, they released the matches on YouTube. I want to say like, but they don't release them like all at once. It'll be over like so they run once a month. So
Right.
you'll get each match from the last month on the way to the next show.
Gotcha.
So that'll be like that. And then there's my main company I run with called CZW. They recently we've been broadcasting on a website called Independent Wrestling TV. And
That's what's up.
you can stream there. They have like a bunch of promotions there. A lot of companies do that too.
That's what's up.
Hmm. Some companies stream on Instagram Live. It's really up to the company how they do it. But yeah, that's how they do it.
Do you have like a particular like favorite move in like your arsenal that
And
you
my personal arsenal?
in your personal arsenal, or is that a loaded question? Is that
No, no, no.
all right.
I think I do have a favorite. I'll have to send you a clip. It's my signature. I call it the barrel one as part of my two-part signature called the double barrel bullets.
Got
It's really just a pop-up DDT,
Oh
but
wow,
I like the way it looks when I do it. So,
got you. That's
hmm.
dope. That's dope,
Hmm.
man. And just we talked about like fashion. He talked about fashion and like your character, Nigel Carter, and everything in the ring. How much has the role as fashion played? Like, obviously, you incorporate with the character, but taking it away from the character, like, how much has like fashion played like a role in like your life and everything like that?
Oh, it's probably the biggest thing. Like I'd say like if there was like five things that impacted my life the most, fashion is always gonna be in that list. Like
Mhm.
it comes into everything I do. Like even the way I dress determines how I feel that day, and vice versa. Like if I'm feeling lazy and I put on sweats, but then I put on sweats now, so I'm about to be lazy the whole rest of the day. Like I my personality matches my attire 90% of the time. So
That's interesting to hear that because for me,
mhm.
man, it's music for me.
I that's understandable too.
Yeah,
So there's a
like
lot of things like that. Hmm.
I have my earbuds in like all the time, and depending on what music I'm listening to is how I'm feeling. So if there's days
Hmm.
I'm feeling mellow, I put on some like Anderson .Paak or some like jazz or
Hmm.
something. There's days I feel like I'm ready to like rule the world or something. I play like some West Side Gun or
Some
old
gun.
or some
Okay.
old Kanye, some J Cole or something like that.
I came out to a gun song on Saturday.
Oh, you
That's
did? Oh, that's what's
yeah.
up. That's what's up.
We
Is
entrance
it?
theme Rey Mysterio.
Oh yeah, Raven. I like that song, man. I like that song, man.
Hmm.
I like
Hmm.
that song. He has his own like wrestling.
Company.
Yeah,
Yeah, fourth
yeah.
row. Hmm. Hey, I'm trying to go there. I would love that.
That's what's up. That's
I
what's
don't
up.
know how to find that connect though. I gotta do some networking to get there.
So obviously, you said like wrestling, like you've been watching it since you were young. So we're gonna do something a little bit different here. I
All
want to
right.
ask you about your Mount Rushmore wrestlers.
Okay.
Just give me your top five, and I'll give you my top five.
Okay.
Wrestlers, and we'll just compare. So just go
All right.
ahead. You go first, man. You go first.
Are we doing, I got like three questions before I start. Are we doing just WWE? Are we doing who I think is the best, or are we doing my favorite?
You can do whatever companies you want, because
Okay.
obviously it sounds like you have a lot more, skill, just knowledgeable
Okay,
about that.
okay,
You can
okay,
do
okay.
companies you want. You can do who you think is the best, or just your favorites, And then, yeah, I forgot the third question that you asked me, but...
That's basic.
Oh, yeah.
Basic.
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
All right. I do my favorite, so I
All
don't
right.
get no, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get any heat for this.
Got you.
Okay. I'll say Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
That's probably my favorite wrestler ever. Smaller guy, but he's not like the smallest, and he still made it to be a world champ. So always inspiring. As soon as I seen him do it, I was like, shit, maybe I can do it too. So
That's a suck.
I'll say also on that list of people that really inspired me, Kofi Kingston, Ghana boy, just like me. I'm
Shout
wearing
out
the
Kofi
jersey even.
Kingston. Shout out Kofi Kingston.
Here's where it gets. I'm gonna leave the company. I'm gonna do my favorite right now because that's easier.
Okay.
I'll say Jay White. He's an AEW wrestler. He's like the best counter wrestler. That's a wrestling style I enjoy. Basically, it's like anticipating the move your opponent does and reversing it. I think he's the best at that. It always makes the most sense when he does it.
That's what's up.
Very fun to watch. I say Hangman Adam Page, another AEW wrestler. He's very, very diverse in his moveset. He does the power game well, but he also is really agile. And then I think his character work is on another level. I think he's the best character worker in wrestling today, personally.
That's what's up.
So it's like I think a lot of people get stuck on the moves. I think he's good at making people care about him and the moves at the same time. Like it's always entertaining to watch him.
Right.
What's that? That's 4?
Yeah, that's 4. You got one more.
Give me Seth, man. Give me Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
The visionary. Putting on for fashion people. You know he got a stylist. Shout out his stylist.
Yeah.
The fact that he's willing to go out there and wear craziest outfits.
Yeah, he'll wear some crazy stuff, but it works though. I don't get it, but it works. It works. That's a solid. That's a solid 5. That's a solid 5.
I'm glad.
All right, so
Let's hear yours. Now that's the one I've been waiting for.
Yeah, let me try to do mine. All right, number 1 for me, John Morrison. I remember watching John Morrison like when I was little and stuff like that. He was cold, like really cold. Obviously I got to put Cena on there.
Okay.
Obviously I got to put Cena on there. Let's think.
I'm probably gonna watch Raw after this. I heard Cena's on Raw.
Yeah. It seems like a promo thing, like him and Cody having a promo battle or something.
Yeah.
Who else? I think I got to put. You may not remember who this is. Evan Bourne. Like when
I do.
Yeah, Evan
He was
Bourne.
cool. He had the belts. He had the belts with Kofi.
Yeah. He did the whole airborne thing. Like that was. I thought that was cool. I always thought that was cool. So I got Evan Bourne.
He gave Randy his prettiest RKO too.
Yeah,
So
that was. Matter of fact, I'm gonna slide him the honorable mention because him top 5 is crazy. So all right. So I had John Morrison. I had Cena. I put Randy Orton on there because legend killer.
Respectable.
Yeah,
that's a GOAT right there.
Yeah, legend killer. I'll put. Trying to think. I may have to slide Kofi on there because outside of The Rock and R-Truth, like Kofi is probably like one of the other only black wrestlers that I saw like when I was little and stuff like that. So
and he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
People don't even think about it. Kofi's like from when he started and he's still there now is longer than The Rock. Like The Rock was there for like a good 5-6 years. Then he went to Hollywood and they came back
Dude, I didn't even realize at first like Kofi was in ECW for a period. Like I thought he was always at WWE. But like he truly was there for like a minute. So salute to him. And then when he won the championship too, I was like,
great moment.
Great moment. So that's 3. Obviously, you got to put Shawn Michaels on there.
That's a GOAT.
Yeah, honestly, you got to put Shawn Michaels on there. That's 4, I believe, and then Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
He has to be on there.
Most popular man in 2008.
For sure. He had everybody trying to do Swanton bombs. Like that was
Bigger than Barack Obama.
yeah. No, he had
Coldest white boy in the game.
yeah, coldest white boy. Coldest white boy. But yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I mean, also too, another honorable mention I would say is Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, especially when he was holding the IC title, like he was cold.
So clean.
Yeah,
even the cash in, great moment.
For sure. All right, so we did the Mount Rushmore. We did that.
Yeah.
There was another question I had for you. Just, as we were talking a little bit about the Cena thing, the Cena and Cody Rhodes promo, I meant to ask you, as a wrestler, obviously you talked about character work with, Adam Page and everything like that. And you talked about, like, not just the moves and everything like that. How is it, like, with promos and stuff like that? Because I know for a fact that promos, from, like, what I know about, wrestling and stuff like that, that's the way for, like, characters to, like, tell their story to the audience, or basically have the audience like them or dislike them and stuff like that, and paint a picture for them. So when it comes to like doing promos and stuff like that, how important is that to a wrestler, if that makes sense?
I think maybe this is the way I was taught. Maybe this is the way I see it, but it's the most important thing. Promos sell tickets. Anybody can have a match. Like if I told you to go train for 5 months, I'm sure you could have a match.
For sure.
But like, does that mean people are gonna want to come and watch you wrestle?
Right.
The way to get people to come and watch you wrestle is to be entertaining, and you can do that in a match. And you should do that in a match. But the time designated to do that is your promo time. That's the way I see it. Because it's like, if you can get 20 people to say, I like the way he talks, 5 of those 20 people might check out your Instagram, and 3 of those people might buy tickets to your next show. And that's how you slowly build your fan base. It's because you spoke. But it's like, there's so many moves that it's like, even if you do 10 moves in a match, they're probably moves that somebody's done before.
Right.
So it's like, yes, they'll get a cheer. But that's not lasting, because it's like they're gonna forget about it. They're gonna forget about it in the next 5 moves they see. But if you can say something that sticks in their brain, then you're doing your job. That's when you become a character. That's when it's more than just wrestling. It's a wrestling show now. It's wrestling. It gives you a reason to come back next week, because it's like,
right,
I'm lingering on what he said. I want to see what he does about what he said.
Right.
I want to see what he says next. I want to see how the rest of the people in the company react to what he just said. It gives direction to the show. That's how I see it. So I think it's very, very important. It's something like, at first, it genuinely is awkward. It's like,
right.
It's weird. It's weird to talk about myself like this. It's weird to do this, but it's like, once you start believing it, it's like, hold on. It actually feels good to say some of this stuff. It actually is. It's like letting people know who you are,
right,
before they give a chance to tell you who you are. So
the
quicker you can do it, the better. And I think it's really, really important.
That's what's up, because especially like with like just hearing about wrestlers and stuff, or just there's been a lot of people who said that like there's some wrestlers who have all the moves in the world and everything like that, but they can't cut a promo. I don't know if you remember, but before Roman Reigns became like the tribal chief and everything like that, that was like his biggest thing, was that like he couldn't cut a promo, and people were like clowning him for him and stuff like that. So it's interesting to say, like, to hear you talk about as a wrestler, just how important a promo is, because although like wrestling and stuff like that, people have had many different takes on it, whether the real and fake argument and stuff like that. How there's still like a real aspect to it, where it's like, no, like, it's not just about what moves you do in the ring. It's about what picture you're painting, and what that picture is going to represent, what that means to the audience and everything like that. So
it's an art form. You can paint shit, or you can paint the Mona Lisa. It's up to you, for real. So
for sure.
I think the only difference with like WWE in that is like, I don't know how they do it now, but I'm pretty sure it was scripted back then. So it's like Roman gets a lot of heat, because I think it was more bad material than Roman not being able to cut a promo. Because when he became the tribal chief, he went to a whole nother level with that, and they were really good. So it's like, that could be bad creative more
For
than
sure.
Roman. But it's like see how much that hurt him until he was able to go and get himself to the next level where he can be himself and not be made up or however they wanted to portray him. He's being how he wants to portray himself.
Most
And yeah, people took to it way better. And look where he is now. Like the biggest
yeah.
star in the industry.
Seriously. And especially like his championship reign too. Like probably one of the
3
longest.
years. Like
Yeah.
3 years with
So, it's really impressive looking back on it. So before we let you go, man, because it's been like an action-packed episode, surprisingly. We talked about the Mount Rushmore wrestlers. Do you have like any favorite matches that you've watched over the years? Do you have like any favorite matches that you watched that you've been a part of?
Oh, that I've been a part of? I don't know about that one, but I can.
Or that you watched. Yeah.
Yeah. I give you two. I give you 3 matches, and then 2 of them are gonna be ones that aren't slept on in the wrestling community, but are slept on probably outside of the wrestling community.
Got you.
Because they're lower. They're 2 NXT matches. I'm gonna take Johnny Gargano versus Andrade.
I remember. That's a good one.
NXT Takeover Philadelphia. Oh my God, what a match!
That was a good one.
What a match! And then I'll give you early NXT. My boy Pac, at the time going by Adrian Neville, versus Sami Zayn for the NXT Championship.
That's a good one.
Take over our evolution. I like that a lot. Let me give you a big one, a good one. I'll say we did 2 WWE. Let me switch it up. Actually, I'm gonna say go watch every single match from the Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland feud. There's not a bad one, and it only gets crazier each match.
Gotcha.
Wild stuff happens in that feud. Great feud. But
all right.
Those are the matches I give.
I'll get my 3.
Okay.
First match for me has to be the Shield against the Wyatt family. I think it was
That's a great match.
Yeah, I think it was Survivor Series. That was a good match. Let's see, what's another one? Dolph Ziggler and The Miz. Every time they wrestled for an Intercontinental title, I feel like that was always a good match to watch.
I think he's probably The Miz's best opponent.
See, I agree. I agree, most definitely. And then this is a toss-up, but it's either the Undertaker against Shawn Michaels the second time, or it's Triple H against Undertaker in the
Cell.
At WrestleMania.
Yeah. Hey, those are all great picks.
Look, I had to have some sort of knowledge, Yeah.
I'm glad you came in educated. I was like, oh, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, like I'm not a rookie, but I had to make sure I had some sort of knowledge about, wrestling and everything like that, man. But before you go, is there anything else you want to say, man, about, just what's next? Oh, I got one more question.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, when it's time for you to retire the boots and, the wrestling outfit and everything like that, what do you want your legacy to be? Whether in the ring, outside of it, what do you want your legacy to be, man?
Hey, man, I feel like growing up, I heard a lot of people that I looked up to say this. If you're not in it to be the best, why are you in it?
If you're not in it, say it again, Nigel, say it again.
If you're not in it to be the best, why are you in it? My legacy, I'm trying to be like, if I'm not the best, I'm among them. So we're on you guys are here at the start of a long journey, hopefully.
For sure.
God willing, but that's what I'm hoping. I'm trying to be the best.
That's a good quote, man. That's a good quote. That was hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Before
you go, man, you got anything else you want to say to the people, how they can follow you, where they can check out your stuff. Hopefully some merch is coming soon too.
Yeah, I'm working on the merch. That's more. I need the bread. But yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at itsnige, ISS.NIGE. I also have a collab page with some of my friends. We have a podcast over there. We do fashion content, vlogs, stuff like that. That Instagram is at @Wyoming_life. And yeah, that's basically it. You'll see all my information on both of those pages. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. But before we go, man, we just want to say, Nigel, man, it's dope to have you on here telling us about like your journey and everything like that when it comes to wrestling. As a friend, proud of you, man. I hope you keep going with this, man.
Thank you, bro.
Definitely trying to see you go far with this for sure. And when the merch becomes available, make sure you send one to Youngbouls Podcast for sure.
I got you.
Yeah. And also, too, man, we just want to say this episode is sponsored by Legacy Jersey Shop, one-stop shop for soccer jerseys. If you want a soccer jersey, hit up LegacyJerseyShop.com. Also, if you haven't yet already, make sure on April 12th, you stop by the skate park, man, skate park takeover. I've been posting about it for like the past couple of months. So make sure you guys come out April 12th from 4 to 7. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be food, refreshments, a DJ, performers, all that stuff, man. So make sure you guys show up. Nigel, you're going to be there, hopefully. If you don't have
I was going to say, I'm going to be there for sure unless I'm booked.
Yeah, I'm saying unless... That's a valid reason, though. That's a valid reason, though. But, you know...
We're coming out to support Dinari.
For sure, man. Make sure not just me, but everybody else there, man. But make sure y'all show up. Make sure y'all show up, man. You know, have fun, enjoy yourselves, because it's going to be a fun day. Also, too, like I said yesterday, there's no way that people are going to still be sleeping in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I mean...
What up, man?
Yeah, it's a Saturday, man. It's a Saturday. You got to wake up and come to the skate park, man, if you don't do anything else that day. So make sure you do that. And then also, too, man, I wanted to give a huge shout out to everybody who purchased merch, man, for the podcast, the shirts. It was a huge success, man. It was fun. If you didn't have a chance to order one, don't worry. I'm still taking orders. I have no problem, extending it to get more shirts to come in. But just appreciate you guys. More colorways are going to be on the way as well with that. And also, too, if you want to check out more of the Youngbouls Podcast and you don't know where to go, just go to youngbullspodcast.com, ybpod.com. One-stop shop for everything Youngbouls Podcast related, man. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all on there. So make sure you guys go check that out. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I just want to say thank you to my guest, my friend, my guy, Nigel, for coming on again.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a huge honor having him on. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Yeah.